Amazon banned me from promoting this weirdly inappropriate product on their platform, but I was still able to make over $30,000 selling on Amazon in my first year. And now I'm going to give you a step-by-step tutorial to how I made that much money selling on Amazon. So you can copy and paste my success and make just as much money as me, if not more. Even if you have no money and no prior Amazon selling experience, if you have a great idea and a little bit of free time, you can sell on Amazon and make money. Because if you follow the 7 steps I'm going to share with you in this tutorial, you will see how simple it is for anyone to make income on Amazon. My flagship product that I created is a golf tee-based drinking game called Bogeys and Beers. There's 18 tees in here and they all have jokes, challenges, and drinking actions on them to help create great vibes out on the golf course, no matter how you're feeling. And I created that for my bachelor party. You know, I was having a range of different skilled golfers out on the course. Some great, some not so great. And people were saying they were too self-conscious, they didn't want to play. There are multiple ways, there's no one way to do product research for your passion product on Amazon. And I'm going to talk about each of the different ways that you can do research to be successful. The first way to come up with ideas for a product that you're trying to sell that's a passion product is to think about everything in your life that annoys you on a daily basis, because when you're coming up with a product on Amazon, it has to solve an issue and relieve a pain point or a stress. If there is, then you can move on to the next step. You can use a product research tool called Helium 10 to determine if people are searching for your product on Amazon. Ultimately, Amazon is a search engine. So people are typing in keywords, and then the more people that type in that keyword, the more likely they are to buy your product if your product revolves around that keyword. So what Helium 10 does is it allows you to research how much demand there is for each keyword on Amazon, thus giving you the ability to tell if there's an opportunity to sell this at a volume that will enable you to have a profitable and sustainable growing business. Another way that I look to see if a product is viable to sell is I'll search a keyword that I would normally use to find my own product if it existed, like funny golf gift or funny golf tees. And I'll look to see how many times each of the top 5 products are being purchased each month. Usually there's a little bar under each listing that will say if something's been bought more than 50 times a month, more than 100 times a month. And if the top products under that keyword that are similar to yours are being bought 200 and 300 and 400 times per month, you know there's demand for those keyword terms. Is to make sure you're able to be profitable once you launch it. My rule of thumb is I'm creating a premium product, so I'm not competing with the Temus and the Chinese companies that are selling the generic version of this product for the cheapest possible price. For instance, this Bogeys and Beers hat. This is a very nice hat. It's got premium materials in it, and it should be competing with other premium brands like the Melon brand. So as far as doing my keyword, I looked on Helium 10, and I used their keyword search tool to determine how many times people were searching for things like funny golf gift, novelty golf gift, golf novelty tees, golf drinking game. And these other products were selling between 1 and 500 units per month at a similar price point to what I was thinking about selling my game for. And that gave me the confidence to know that there was a market for this product. Some of the common selling mistakes I see when people are doing product research is coming up with products or trying to compete with products that are either too inexpensive, because if you're trying to sell a product for under $15 on Amazon, it's very difficult to have the margins to be able to be profitable due to the Amazon selling fee, the pick, pack, and ship fee, in addition to your distribution fees. So you want to be not too low, somewhere above $15, but somewhere below, I would say $70 is the sweet spot, because as soon as you start to get above $70, then the product is too expensive. And then if it costs you $30 a unit and you want to start off with 1,000 units, well, that's $30,000 to start your business. Before I show you what the second step is in the Amazon selling process, I want to introduce myself. My name is James. I was a program manager at Amazon for getting let go with my entire department during the COVID slowdown of growth. Amazon did give a pretty good severance package. I knew I wanted to start a business, but I didn't know what, and I was exploring everything. I was looking at every trend you saw on TikTok during COVID, wholesaling real estate. But after I did all my research, what intrigued me the most about Travis's program was you're creating your own passion product about a industry and a product that you have knowledge of. So I was able to use my own experience as the jump start to create my own product. Specific steps you can take to do the research to determine if it's a good idea or not. But Travis gives you an excellent roadmap to understand where the common pitfalls are, taking through each step after keyword research all the way through to launch day. After watching his 10-hour YouTube video on how to create your own passion product, that gave me the confidence to purchase his Amazon FBA passion product course that gives you access to all sorts of additional features like one-on-one coaching and weekly calls with an experienced Amazon seller. This type of mentorship was huge for creating and maintaining motivation and ultimately being successful creating my own Amazon passion product. Bogies and Beers was born. And now that we've decided the product we're going to sell on Amazon, it's time to go on to step 2, setting up your Amazon seller account. You can do this by going to www.sell.amazon.com, and there are 2 options. You can do the Amazon professional selling fee, which is $39.99 a month, and Amazon does not take a percentage of each unit sold. Or if you're just starting out and you expect to sell less than 40 units a month, you can do the Amazon basic selling, which costs $0 a month, but they take 99 cents for each unit that you sell on the platform. So once you go to sell.amazon.com, click the sign up button. Make sure to have your ID or passport ready, as well as any of your business information needed for this process. The first thing you will need when setting up your business after your ID and passport is your business identity structure. And you'll most likely be clicking on privately owned business. However, if you're just an individual seller and you plan on using your social security number, then you're going to go with none, I'm an individual. When I set up my Amazon business, I used an LLC as my entity structure that protected my personal assets and separated them from the business in case the business were to get sued. And setting that up cost me about $200. It was a simple process. I just used LegalZoom and they set up the LLC for me, and I just paid the direct fees to the government that are required for starting the LLC. You also are going to have to fill out what you want your store name to be, and the name of your store can be whatever you want it to be. Then Amazon will ask you a couple more questions, including asking you for proof of your ID. And don't worry if you're overseas, you can operate a business in the United States from overseas so long as you have a passport or some other form of required ID. Then once you submit all of the required paperwork, your Amazon account should be approved with, and that is absolutely huge. You and I, without any experience at all, get to sell on the biggest selling platform in the world. Amazon is a $1.3 trillion company. Last year, they did over $600 billion in sales on their e-commerce website. And 2/3 of all of those sales came from third-party sellers like you and me. Before Amazon, if you wanted to sell and have a national distribution network, you had to convince one of the major retailers like Target or Walmart or Dick's Sporting Goods or Macy's to let you sell in their stores. Now you have access to the largest distribution network in the world, and all you have to do is sign up. If you want to make passive income right now, selling on Amazon is the easiest way to do it. Now, it's not passive up front, but over time, it can become a passive source of income. And now each and every month, I make between $4,000 and $6,000 in monthly revenue. The next step is to create a brand for your product. Today, people want to buy from high quality premium brands. They're only going to click on the products that stand out. It's absolutely essential to have a main image for your product that's going to stand out and pop. To get a logo and a design for your product and your packaging, there are a few different options. You can go with a website like Fiverr.com or Upwork if you're looking for an inexpensive logo or package design. You can also try 99 Designs. There's also another business called FBA Creatives, which is a company that will help you create your own logo, your own packaging, and any part of your Amazon FBA listing, like photos, for your main image, in addition to your bullet points and your main description. Check out FBA Creatives at the link in the description, and there's a discount. Now we have our product idea, our Amazon account is ready, we have a brand, now it's time to find a manufacturer. There are 3 main ways you can find a manufacturer. The first is to go to a website like Alibaba.com. This is the #1 website for finding manufacturers overseas. Just type into the search bar on Alibaba.com what you're trying to get manufactured, and you're gonna see a list of different options for suppliers. Then you can contact them individually and tell them exactly what your requirements are. But if you're looking to get your products made in the US, which is especially recommended for consumable products, there's a website called ThomasNet.com, which functions the same as Alibaba for US suppliers. Type in what you're trying to manufacture and you'll get a list of suppliers and their contact information. But there is another secret option that many people forget about. Just keep it simple and use Google. You can Google what you're trying to manufacture and you'll get a list of companies that you can choose from. Personally, I found my manufacturer for bogeys and beers on Alibaba.com. I did look at manufacturing in the US and some other countries, but the prices were almost 3 times the cost to manufacture. Now, after you get your product samples manufactured, you give them the okay, you finalize the design, and you manufacture your first batch, you need to sell those products on Amazon. Into your Amazon seller account and click Add a New Product. You're then gonna fill out some information about your product, like the dimensions, the weight, the material, and other things like that. You're gonna fill out what title of your listing is gonna be. You're gonna upload your Amazon images, especially your main image. That's the most important one. In addition, you're gonna fill out your Amazon description and your bullet points. But when you start this process, remember, Amazon is a search engine and Amazon does not know what your product is about yet. But there is a way to game the system and optimize your listing so you make as much money as possible selling on Amazon. The key is to go back to when we created that product idea and figure out what people are searching for and make sure you include those keywords that people are searching for in your title, in your bullet points, and in your description, so that you show up at the top of the listing. That covers the majority of the keyword search terms that I'm looking for. And keep in mind that the main thing people see when they search for your product is the main image. That is the most important thing to make sure that you get that right. And a lot of people today will click on just the main image and then they'll buy the product without ever looking at the description or bullet points. Not everyone will have this luxury, but my main image, which you see right here, was actually created with my wife because she's an amateur photographer, and so she has one of those nice Nikon cameras. And after someone does click on your main image, side images are a great way to show the benefits of your product. My main image was someone pulling a tea out of the bogeys and beers game, and in my side image, I would break down that each tea comes with 3 lines of text that are a combination of jokes, challenges, and drinking actions, so people could have more information about the benefits and the attributes of the product. So there's people laughing and playing bogeys and beers, and then it shows you a little bit more about what you're likely to see on the teas. So that is how I bolstered my listing, by making sure that there's great supporting images. And the other main aspect of your listing is the bullet points. And in the bullet points, you can also include keywords that will help you rank higher based upon what people are searching. If your keywords creating your listing, your images, your description, or your bullet points, you can go to FBA Creatives. The link is down below. And by now you have your Amazon listing ready to go. It's time to get your product shipped into the Amazon warehouse. Just go into your inventory page, possibly into your shipments tab, click on send or replenish inventory, and follow the step-by-step instructions. Amazon is gonna give you what's called an FNSKU. It's like a barcode just for Amazon products. And this is what you're gonna put in sticker form on each of your products. But here is a trick. If you want to save money, you can have your FN SKU printed on the product by your manufacturer. For instance, for Bogies and Beers, the FN SKU is actually printed on the product. But if that's too complicated, you can either ask your manufacturer to print out sticker papers, put it on the product, and you're ready to go, or you can do that yourself. Then you're gonna get some shipping labels from Amazon, and you stick that on the box containing all your product. From there, you can either have UPS pick up the packages at your house or another preferred carrier, or you can deliver them directly to UPS yourself. Now, this is if you choose to do FBA, which means fulfilled by Amazon. This means Amazon is going to charge you a pick, pack, and ship fee, but they will also fulfill all of your orders for you to make your income a lot more passive. They will take a fee to do this, but in my opinion, it is the greatest asset of Amazon that they pick, pack, and ship your items for you. The Amazon FBA program also makes your product Prime eligible, so you get that nice shiny Prime bar on your listing so that customers know they can receive that product in 1 or 2 days. This can drive a lot of traffic and sales to your listing. If you don't want to pay Amazon that extra fee to pick, pack, and ship your products, you can use what's called FBM instead, which stands for Fulfilled by Merchant. So that means every time an order comes in, you are responsible for picking the item, putting it in a box, putting a shipping label on it, and sending it either via UPS or the post office to your customer yourself. But I do not recommend doing this. The whole point of, because I wanted a business that would print money for me passively, because Amazon has over 200 million Prime customers, and they get around 2.4 billion people per month coming to their website, looking especially to buy Prime eligible products. And after I've created this whole listing and logo and product, all I have to do is send occasional emails to my manufacturer to replenish inventory at the Amazon warehouse. I went on my honeymoon for about 3 weeks and I was making money passively while I was on my honeymoon. I just had to make sure that there was enough inventory that many people skip over that leads to a successful product on Amazon, and that is a successful launch campaign to your product. If you can drive a lot of traffic to your listing when it first goes online, that's going to tell Amazon this is a very valuable product, and they're going to drive a lot more organic traffic to your listing if it has a successful launch. And let's say you personally drive 300 people to the listing and 150 of them buy your product, that's going to look very good to Amazon, and they're going to help you out by driving more organic traffic for you to that listing. So don't skip this step. You want to get as many sales as you can on day one for your product, because Amazon will see that you're getting a lot of sales and they'll rank you higher in the search results. And as you move up the Amazon ranking, you're going to get more organic traffic driven to your listing, which is going to drive more organic sales. So for my product, Bogies and Beers, Golf Tees with a Twist, or the golf tee-based drinking game, I created a Facebook launch group with my friends and family, and I shared my journey of creating this product to generate interest once it went live. So when I went live on Amazon, I had a loyal following of 300 to 500 people. And when I told them the product launched, about 100 of them went and bought that product on Amazon that very first day. That led to a huge spike in revenue and organic traffic for my listing on Amazon. So as you can see, building a tribe is key to a successful launch on Amazon. The key ways to building a tribe are creating a Facebook launch group, marketing on social media, and building an email list. In order to build a tribe on Amazon or build a tribe in general, you want to create a culture around your brand. So for instance, Bogies and Beers is all about having good vibes out on the golf course. So if people identify with good vibes on the golf course, then they're going to identify with Bogies and Beers. And I can create that using, social media content. So when you do go to launch, you can tell all these people about your product and tell them to go support you. Another option to drive traffic to your website is called Amazon PPC, which stands for pay per click. This is a way to advertise your product's website on Amazon. So think about whenever you search a keyword, you're going to see 3 to 6 listings that say sponsored. Those sponsored listings are paying Amazon using Amazon PPC advertising to show up at the top of a keyword search, is that you do have to pay for it. There are a lot of other tactics you can use to gain sales from day one. Just click here and this will take you to Travis's 10-hour free YouTube video on creating your own Amazon FBA business. And if you're a golfer or you have anyone in your life who loves to golf and isn't very good or loves great vibes on the golf course, you can find a link to Bogeys and Beers on Amazon, the golf tee-based drinking game, and the Bogeys and Beers hats, so you can rep your skill level and vibes on the golf course with pride. Just click the link below in the description.